One, two, three. We should be good to go. We'll turn this little camera down this way. And you will see window floof. What's up, Danger Gerbil? How are you doing this evening? Let's get something done today. Let's get us something done today. I hope your Friday has been fantastic. Christmas, I need to clean these bottle tops one morning. Yo, Christmas, I need to clean these bottle tops. Welcome in for Futz It Fun Friday, in which we try to futz and finish a model, because we're on like the last bits of details for it. So he made it on the desk because I want to finish up his bone little bits, which I probably just need some kiwi brown and some green, and I'll be good on it. Our little otter made it to the table because I just still want to do his staff. And if I get to it, I'm going to see if I can find a color scheme or coral scheme for it. But we do have our Borderlands figures hanging out around the table as well. That's the one thing I forgot to start. So, what size brush do I need? Don't need a one. I think I need my two. I think I need my two. Because number two helps you. All right. So these guys just need a little bit of work to finish up. Red eye, white eyes, red, a little bit of red, and I saw some skin tone. I do kind of want to just brush up a little quick and call them done. I want to get their bases painted up as well, which means I need you, Banshee Brown, and Werewolf Brown. Oh, we're using palette bone. Oh well. No, it's the thing you want. Oh, I see what you need. Need a friend? Good old Agrax Earthshade for the base. And since I can be fancy, 1 second. We might put a tuft on them. We'll see. We shall see. But we're going to start just a little smooth. We're going to get our kiwi brown. And I need to mix in water to all of those bottles of paint. Do not forget to do that. For the humidity is high and your office is hot. Mm. Banana. Banana. Dun, 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 dun. A little bit of my bone cakey. Set it down. Should really get a bad brush. One of my mixing sticks. One of the two. And use that to mix up my paint. Back of my foot itching. Oops, son of a biscuit. Do not push your brush all the way into the top of your painting cup. Rumor has it they don't like that. I need to see if Kuarki has a Instagram account. Dear Canadian geese, you are lost. Please go home. Okay, thanks. So if I wanted to introduce some black, I can use this bound key. How was that paint? You put your finger in goofball. Do be mindful about where your finger goes, eh? Don't you know, eh? Going a little too hard on that piece. There we go. Not perfect, but he's not meant to be perfect. He's meant to be a gentleman. He's meant to end up in the done category. Oh, son of a biscuit. Goofball. You have his entire tail that you literally forgot about. Oh, I have an interesting video to watch from Painting Big later. Itchy. He gets teeth too. No, 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 no. Ba-na, I need to do something through there. It's lost. No, no. Can I help you? Can I help you? Hmm? Can I help you? Hmm? How are you doing, sweetie? Hmm? Hi. Hello. What's up? What? What are we doing? Huh? What are we doing with our life right now? Tell me about it. Tell me about your life. Tell all the lovely people that are currently watching us all about how I'm just the world's worst human. Hmm? Hmm? All right. You're about to get kicked off this desk because you're shedding way too much right now when I just heralded you for not shedding. I did try to give you a brushing earlier and you said no to that. Oh, Katra. You're jumping and scared at everything. All right? Just trying to. Oh my God. Oh, Lordy. What you looking for, sweetie? Katra. There we go. The red dot is serving as a distractionary piece today. Oh, we're gonna have to mix up a dark red for that. Whoopsie! I made a boo-boo on his inter thigh. Alright, so let's take a look around him really quick. I got his tail, I got his underside, he's got his horns, getting his teethers. That's what I was trying to get. That's what I was trying to get, his little teethers. Because they're the better to bite you with. Bum, 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 bum. All right. These guys, what do they need? Whites for their eyes, which I need an off-white for. I could actually just use bone cocky for that. I might want it just a little bit more white. I might want it just a little bit more whiter. You're A-okay, sweetie. Actually, before I do that, I want to do this teepers. Bum, bum. Oh, don't you know there, eh? We have us that there laden roses. She's just going to do us a little pop in. How you doing there, eh? Bum, bum. The point of finishing Futz It Friday is not to be doing what I'm doing right now, goofball. You are supposed to be doing something else completely right now. I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. Just one of those days. I'm having too many one of those days. I think it's about time I take like 2 weeks off in a row and just be like, figure it out. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was just saying it's been one of those days, too many days. I should really just take 2 weeks off and say, have fun, figure it out. I have done that before. So I have some time coming off up soon for off time. So it'll be all right. I just need to get there. All right. Sir, so you're supposed to be putting it to the side. The point of tonight is to finish it. Not start it, finish it. So I've got my little dragon. Um, kind of want to call it done there. I don't. He's got his little base. It's all under his wings, so it's kind of darky. It kind of reads as like a dark gold, green gold, which is nice. His wings are all pretty and red. I like them. I was trying to get his teethers ready. That's the problem with this. Gotta get his teeth. But I was thinking about taking antifreeze up on his offer and going down to ReaperCon this year as well. Because I don't think Jim Butcher's going to release a book this year. So. I'm going to need a dark red here soon. Come here, neuralgic red. BRC. Next week. Yay! Are you and Jeremy going to do something fun? You got fun things planned? Or are you going to be prepping yourself to be the shoot arrows? Not at me, I hope. Not at me, I hope. No glitter bombs, no arrows. How's it going back here, sweetie? Are you getting that red dot? Oh, the red dot is working well this evening. Mr. Dragon's grinning. Well, 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 if it isn't Smithereen, how are you doing today? We need to dad joke it up. Why did Dracula lie in the wrong coffin? He made a grave mistake. Good evening, Smithereen. I wanted to see you. That's way more than you needed, but you got it out. Goofball. Burp, 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 burp. How's your Learn to Paint kit coming along, friendo? I saw you posted two miniatures. One was the Skeelington, and the other was the Orky boy. I hope his sword isn't super bent like mine was. The knight, yeah, he's actually kind of a lot of fun. Like we don't think about how much detail you can squeeze into one of these little guys. You know, it's the size of your thumb, but you know, these guys right here, you know, they may not be my finest work, but they're fun, and they're definitely got a lot going on for them. Was it an old kit? Did you still get the gun? Did you get the case that came with it, or is it one that came in the box? So that was probably post reformulation, which take it with a grain of salt, what I'm about to say. But you might need to overshake your paint a lot harder. Think of it as can of spray paint. Because it's not spreading well, or it's not covering well. I take it. Or it's not covering the way that the box is kind of showing it should cover. Because Rhonda wrote her instructions out. I mean, they're beautiful instructions. They're good instructions. I still have that instruction booklet, actually. Ah, weird. Because it was black, blade steel. It's a white, a blade steel, black. Okay. Please tell me it's not Harvest Brown. Please tell me it's not Harvest Brown. It can be any color, but not Harvest Brown. And turn the exposure down and save people's eyes. Ah, desert sand was one that I rarely used, so I'm okay with that. Sounds like the white agent is acting up in it too much. Ah, yeah. My mini rant for the evening, if I ever have one, is would be begging paint companies to stop rebranding themselves and stop redoing their stuff. Have you considered dropping a mixing bowl in? Did you have you considered adding a mixing bowl? Because you got 09432 and 0935. 9435. These are my original paints, by the way, that I got 3 years ago. What it sounds like is that the medium's stuck at the bottom, and it's not agitating the way it's supposed to. Monument or Amazon both sell mixing bowls, stainless steel or jewel bead ones. You might want to consider giving those a go to help. Welcome back, Layden. There's no need to be sorry. It's a happy, fun Friday. Ah, I yeah. Um, the Reaper help desk, by the way, is very, very responsive, and they're very understanding. Help at reapermini.com. I've emailed them a couple of times for Kickstarter stuff and other things. That trust me, I would not be a fan of Reaper if it wasn't for their customer service. Um, if you ever watch the Reaper live show, Laura is on there, and she's one of the floor managers for the stockroom on the U.S. side, of course. Uh, Super sweet person. Ron's also there as well, and well, Ron's Ron, but they are amazing people, and they work to strive to make things right. So if you're having issues with them, let them know, and they will probably replace it for you. Um, my Yogg Sothoth came with not Yogg Sothoth. When I painted up this guy, he came with two left sides and not a left and a right from a Kickstarter. I ended up emailing Reaper help and they replaced the half that I needed. And if that doesn't work, tag iCarolines on Instagram or Blue Sky and use the hashtag Burgundy Wine. Just show so she'll probably read it. She's one of their staff painters. Rhonda Bender's a staff painter as well, and used to be a staff painter. She still does, I guess. Technically, run the show, but I don't know if she's been doing a lot of staff painting recently with Reaper. You're good. You're all good. It you're not the first person to have that issue, for the record. I think it was Laura Paints Minis was having issues with something as well and had like a big old clump involved. Oh, silly cloud bot. I can't believe it turned itself off. All right. So we got some eyes painted on this guy. I need to get some skin tone because I noticed a couple of their faces need just a little bit of touch up. You're totally okay to ask questions. I have a lot of Reaper. I have a lot of Reaper. I need to clean out my. I plan on painting all of it. I just don't want to paint it right now, kind of deal. Because I have the bronze skin triad, and I really like the swarthy flesh. I find it's a kind of good flesh tone too. And then this guy, brown liner, been around a while. It's been around a while. It's seen its fair share of days. OMG. Despite the imagery of cats happily drinking milk from saucers, studies indicate that cats are actually lactose intolerant and should avoid it entirely. Good evening or morning to you, OSL multi. Welcome in. We're doing our finishing and futzing it Friday. I got my little dragon guy. I'm going to call him Done. We're going to put him in the Done box. We got our Borderlands characters that I've got some red eyes and white eyes. And I've just want to clean up a little bit of skin tone, and we're going to do our bases. Mm-hmm. And you'll notice that the chat's a little bit different too on screen. I am the fighter. Yep. I need to clean up the time frame of it. I keep fighting with it, and I swear it changes, and then it's like, no, bro. Yep. And it's actually a lot easier to do than what I had been doing, so kind of like it. And I actually use its emote wall as well, and it can bounce all kinds of things around. Um, So we can get all kinds of emotes just bouncing around. Woohoo! Well, welcome in. You know, you're always welcome to rest here, traveler. That's not what you want, goofball. Oh, good old Mario. Now I need to find Zombies Banger and play it. Oh, son of a biscuit. Oh, good heavens. Must have been getting tired on this. Well, no, it doesn't look that bad. Because his face is it's one that only your mother could love. So how goes your building, Multi? I haven't seen many work in progresses from you. I did see what you posted in Adaptuses last time, but that's about it. Bum, bum, bum. Mm-hmm. Bum, 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 I do want to clean up his chest. It's way too dark in comparison to others. What? Next week you're going to stream in the morning. Does that mean we're gonna stay up all night, share manly stories, and then in the morning you go make waffles? Bam, 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 bam. Go for it. Um, I should probably try to do a couple earlier streams just so I can catch up with AWOL and Spoon Handle. What's up, nerd? What? What's up? Hmm? How are you? What's up? What's up? We have a few minutes until ads. Last time you were on my desk, you spooked yourself, cat butt. Oh. All right. Once again, you got your paw in something. Hi. Do you have a few minutes to talk about our Lord and Savior, Chaotic Cats? You're okay. Smithereen goes beautifully. It is not a high buy work situation for Smithereen either. I take that back. I have seen you post something because you were looking at tanks. Smithereens. Yay. Horse Laden's good. It's Friday. Yay, 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 yay. Why wouldn't she be good? I'm kidding. I can't speak for people. I don't know what kind of day they had. Hold on here. That's a fair statement in all times. We got ads starting soon. So we're just going to kind of ad lib it because I didn't see when it turned. And we're just going to kind of hang out a little bit. You know, Layden, I could find a Disney playlist, but it's lo-fi. You want 8-bit? Girl, you done come to the wrong place. Feed the kitties. Ba-da-da. Yep, there we go. Just in case people come in on the YouTube side, I am ready to react. All right. So we've got him, which I think he's good. Nope, I want to clean up his face just a little bit more. Hey, be careful. I do like Final Fantasy just a little too much. All right. All of their skin tone is looking nice. Very nice. Let me get some of this Banshee Brown. Banshee Brown is the war paint's equivalent to um, Skeleton Brown, I think. In your paints. And then we just paint it on the bases. For me? No. No. These guys are wrapping up. I'm going to grab Mr. Otterton and possibly look at making, how do I mix the color coral? Really quick. And then we're going to test that out on his staff and see how that works out. Did you want me to end soon? Oh, derp derp derp. Sorry. Sorry. I forgot that that was on. It's even got like a green button here on Stream Deck, and I just derp derp, and it's like derp derp. But no, after I get these guys' bases squared away, or while paint dries on it, I might switch to look up how to mix the color coral really quick and see it. I think I've got what I need. It's usually an orangey color, so I should be able to mix something in to get an approximation of it. I mean, they're sated for now. I mean, mine is now, as you can see, doing her chaotic I want to party thing. And by party, I mean, you know, lay in her little bed and clean herself. Oh, the humanity of it all. I can't believe that they could almost see the bottom of their food bowl. How dare you, human? If I did not feed mine, we would know because she usually gets wet food in the evening and she is very vocal when it's time for that. Hi, what's up? Hmm? Can I help you? You know, after stream tonight, I'm going to give you a proper brushing before we go to bed. Nerd. 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 King Dicks and Balls, how are you doing this evening? We have a few minutes where I need to pay a cat tax. The cat tax, the cat tax, we must pay the cat tax. Okay, you are not suited to sit there. You're literally, you're like hunched over right underneath the mic, sweetie. That cannot be comfortable. Hmm? Hmm? We do not bite. And when you bite, what happens? I remove you from the situation. Yay, recovering from con. That is both an emotionally draining and physically draining process. Yay, there we go. But I understand. It looked like y'all had a good time. Aside from the shenanigans when all the kids got out and drained the pool. I remember really weird things. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I remember really weird things. Wow. Wow. Ooh. Bottle cap boys. Welcome in, Celbro. 1K and free paints. Ladies and gentlemen, we're entering the part of the night where Katra is going to do her pole dance on the cat tree. Can she make the leap from the ground to the top? Yes. Is she going to do it in the loudest cat hair everywhere method? Yes. I'm going to have to clean this desk off tomorrow before I do stream. Stay in frame. She is shedding like crazy because the weather is starting to turn super bad. Oh, so that was like 5 pots. I'm kidding. I know it was a lot more than that. I was just Citadel was giving away a bunch of unopened ones, so that's awesome. I've actually never done a hobby convention, so I was telling Layden earlier today. I've had too many of those days, and I need to start getting it into different days. So, since Senor Butchar is not releasing a book this year, I will probably cancel my plans to go to my normal convention and see if I can make it over to Reaper. Welcome in, Sublime. We're working on finishing up our Borderlands characters. I have, or not characters, psychos. I have my dragon. He's going in the dun bin as well. I like him where he's at. They're not meant to be like super go hard characters. I'm sorry, I keep hitting my camera. But all I need to do now is use some of this desert sand or pale or banshee sand or banshee's whatever I grabbed. I forget. Banshee brown, which is like a desert sand. And paint up my vices. And then give it some of that good old Agrax Earthshade treatment, and we'll be good to go. He's actually a lot more muted than you'd think. He turned out very dark. Since I'm switching anyway. Let me zoom my camera out here with the manual zoom button. And adjust my exposure, and you can see him a little bit better. So he was a mixture of crimson and purple, and then highlighted up with red. So he turned out to be a very dark red dragon, which I actually did not plan for, and I was like, oh, I am pleasantly surprised by this. But I hit the base really quickly with some non-metallic gold on his dragon's hoard that he's laying under. Kind of a nice greeny brown. It's passable, and then his base is a variety of rock. So thank you though. But yeah, I'm welcome. I'm glad you're back, King. Sorry I was unable to make grumpy streams. I shall make them next week though, because next week will be a little bit back to a normal schedule. Also, I am really jealous of that cat model that he picked up. I've seen a few people with it, and I was like, I didn't know I needed that. That's a lot of paint, King. That's a lot. You know, some of us just have hordes of gray plastic. Not King. I've got hordes of paint. I dub thee King Dixon Balls. I was going to say it one way. Hold on. I got to think about this for a second. We're going to use your friend Agarax Earthshade here. Ah! King. You are the most intelligent of us all. That's way too much, but I don't care. I do not use our friend Agarax Earthshade for much anymore these days. But I do use it for this. I don't want that. I want this. I want my crappy. That's not my crappy brush. Why are you at crappy number 3? There you are. I mean, to be fair, there's some drama with Chimera right now. I know we're on their Velvets, which I was a little sad I didn't pick up any of, but or I didn't back that Kickstarter. So I did a paint and take one night with my former partner. It was a mead and paint something or something. I can't remember everything that went into it, but we were painting up 3D printed mimics. Oh, goody, my contrast is. The exposure on this camera is being wonky today. Yay! Technology. How can you be weird today? Oh, that's how. I mean, if someone was like, "Oh, I have a bunch of free stuff here that you could take for free," all you have to do is sign up to this email address, and after you send an email, just block it. Be like, "Sure." I'd be like, "Sure." Where do I sign? Even better. Just walk up, do like the what was the dragon's name in My Little Pony when he had his birthday and people were giving him free stuff and he started his little horde and you just walk up and be like, yoink. All right. While that dries. Where are you, my friend? Um I'm just gonna save that. Okay. Okay. We can do this. We can do this. Where are you at, Orange? Where are you at, Orange? I command thee, come forth. He looks okay. Seems blurry on YouTube. I don't know why. Leave that there. Aha. Hello, sweetie. How are you? Might I help you again? Let's be careful. Yes. Hello. Hello. You want to tell everybody what you've been up to all day? Hmm? So if I take one part orange, one part red, a little bit more orange, some of this white. Oh, I am starting to understand. How are you, sweetie? Be careful. Can I help you? Can I help you? What's up? Hmm? Hey, you feel a little bit better on your toe? Oh, you too. No, you're just being weird. Okay. Okay. So yay! All right, I need a few moments, everybody. The kitty is here. Okay. All the way. You got to go all the way, sweetie. You can't go halfway. You got to go all the way. Yeah, that's my wet palate. All right, you're gonna go that way. All right, you're gonna go that way now. I understand. How foolish of me. All right. Oh, white and red. Please make me the color pink, for I shall find it to be useful for this starfish. I was trying to think of a Westerosi like name for you, King, and that's where my brain was stalling out. Because I forget what should a trans person be for mother instead of. I was thinking of creator. Here stands King Dixon Balls, creator of Citadel Paints, freer of Citadel Paints, popper of no, no. I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. It's coming to me. It's coming to me, King. Here we give King Dixon Balls, first of their name, creator of Paint and Take Knights, spiller of Agrax Earthshade, freer of Citadel Paints. I'll figure it out eventually. Sometimes it might take me a while. It's been a day, okay? It's been a day. It's been a day. But I will always remember. Bardic from the Bardic College of Weird Al Yankovic. We give King Dixon Balls, creator of Free Paint Nights, freer of Citadel Pots, and Fallen Earth Agrax Earthshade. Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, got hair everywhere. I'm going to have to vacuum this entire desk off tomorrow. Oh, thank you, Summer, for showing up before your time. Completely skipped the idea of things I'm thinking. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Mhm. Okay. I do not paint the color coral frequently, but I thought it would be a nicer color to mix in rather than have a brown stuff. Since there are so many browns and yellows already used on the figure, introducing a wildly different color seems like a bright idea sometimes. And since it's supposed to be like an under the water, he's an otter pirate, there's two things that make sense. One is driftwood, or two, coral. Clearly, those are the two correct choices. Bum, bum, bum. Hey, goofball! You painted over the strap right here where his starfish connects. You clearly have marked it as rope. Here it turns into coral. You might want to fix that. Only two to go. Yay! When's his next game? When's their next game? Hey. Hey. Oh, really? There's a possibility he'll get it tonight then. You have two intermissions, right? Bum, bum. Yeah, three periods, two intermissions. Speaking about hockey. We are playing with color here. It's rare that I wish to paint the color coral because I have a bad memory with it. But I wish to paint the color coral because I really want to mix up this color a little bit. His staff kind of stands out a little bit more. Yeah. Um, is he casting for any of the hockey leagues? Because I'm pretty sure Wayne would be one of those guys that'd be like, where'd he go? I remember he was a pretty good guy back in the day, or was perceived to be one anyway. I actually don't know. Try not to have a thing about meeting heroes. It's usually wiser for me not to. Oh yeah. So that's what I've always known about Wayne Gretzky is that he's always been one to support everybody around him. Uh, Even when he was playing, he often gave his team more credit than he gave himself. I mean, he was all about the team and the leadership. Ah, excellent. I hope he gets it. All right, so now how do you darken the color coral? You insisted on making the color goofball, and you didn't even think about how to darken it. You could do that right there. So, sir and or madam, to whom it concerns. Turn off the kitty cam for a while. She's off on her own little adventure, so she's off. I can close the lid. I might need my magnifying glass for this one a little bit. Please hold. Oh no, Malty, not a power outage. No, do not fall down the stairs. That is not wise. No ages should fall down from the stages, from the stairs. It always hurts, no matter. Oh, that's too much. That's good. You're A-okay, sweetie. That would be cool. Or break it with one to go. You okay, sweetie? Yeah. Let's just hope it's not Tom Hanks that plays him in the movie. Whee! Oh, he is extra tonight. Oh, I did talk to Spieling a little bit a couple days back. They will join us again, but not this weekend. They have to look at their schedule. Their schedule. I'm still going to paint tonight or tomorrow, and I have my futz list with Maniko, and we're probably going to finish her up. Okay. And we're off to the races tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Catra is bouncing off from one wall to the other and deciding that every wall should be bounced off of. Because every day is a great day. Yeah, Vera Zoomies. I would like to take a few moments from put them to the side and look at them after I do something else. Okay. Need to blackburn their bases. Not that push. I need this push. And tonight I get to put a handful of miniatures in my dump pad category. To be clear coated for Sunday, hopefully. Oops. I'll clean that up in a second. You could argue it's fine because it's on the backside of his foot, but I know it's not meant to be. Oh, if you're still there, Battle, I did talk to Epic Duck. Unfortunately, there is no miniature. He has no vendor Greek side. He has one small independent guy in France that is more just there's a backup kind of deal. So we're back to the drawing board on it. Hey there, no mana 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 mana. No mana 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 mana. I was just taking a few moments to give these guys a nice little black room on their base. I'm going to put them in the done pile. We are going to give them a grass tuft. Because by golly, I bought this crap 2 years ago and I have never used it. No, I would never do that. I know the feud between you two. I don't need that beef. I don't need no ginger beef. Well, that's because I always think about animal. from the Muppets when I see your name. That's why. Uh-oh, a first. What's that? It's not a sword. Therefore, it does not count. I see your logical. I see your logic. Good evening, Antifreeze. How are you? That's good to hear. How goes your nights? Was Wicked able to hook you up with his arm pieces? Okay. Now put these tufts away. I don't know what that is on the back of the Highland tuft, but at this point, I'm too afraid of asking. I bought an X, a book on how to fight with Kirky. Yay! The tuft looks like it fits. They're gonna be nice. They're gonna be nice. Gonna be very nice. All right, so we've got our druid here, and looking at it, I could probably highlight it up with some orange on his staffer. The Kuriki. It's an interesting weapon. Interesting blade. But then again, why we create most of what we create for destroying a human body is interesting why we needed to create it. Not always fun to talk about, but mm-hmm. Also, I haven't seen Ginger around this week. But then again, I haven't really been paying attention to too many streams. I've been doing a lot of that lurking. Been doing me that lurk and lurk. Bum, 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 bum. Ah, I didn't know he streamed. I'm used to seeing him in chats. What was it you said? He's everywhere. Nobody's a pest. Pretty fun. It's always a good day when you get to create art, and it's a good day when you get to laugh with other people. Green stuffing. We ever make a spoof commercial? We need to do that for the green stuff. Just have it be that weird little moment where it's like the Jolly Green Giant. And just be green stuffing. Sculpting with an base of Dark Angel Belial. We've got ads coming up. I'm going to put my paintbrush down for a few moments. And I am. Why is the music breaking up? I don't know. Don't know. Ah, But we'll probably be futzing with these two a little bit. I'm thinking about getting him out as well. But we'll see. We'll put our little chibi goblin on the board. I was starting doing bits and pieces of him, but. Give me a second. The ads are coming to an end. You could drop it now. No man, no man. So I've been futzing with the otter, trying to get his coral staff in there just a little bit. Ah, just the pointy end. I got you. Call him Bob. Interesting. I needs the color red and the color white, and we need to mix the two together to make a pink. This is an 8-bit Winnie the Pooh. You are correct. Oh, I forgot to put that up. I was partially joking when I said Layden came to the wrong spot for 8-bit music. Oh, there we go. That, okay, that's working now. There's a poo on your desk. There is a I do have the color brown out, so I can make a poo. Trust me, we can make poo. We can make poo all day. I was playing with the color pink. That is a coworker's favorite emoji. So I will always get it from them. I'm like, okay. Ah, I understand. We'll switch it up. We're gonna go back to this one then. There we go. Oh, you're fine. I was doing it namely to mock Layden. You're okay. I for my Fridays, I actually kind of like listening to Final Fantasy for the finishing touches of stuff. Um, but I'm gonna have to put that as a list of things to listen to in the future. All right, he does need black eyes. Well, I've got it out. You're okay. You're a-okay, sir. Or ma'am. It's more of just a I wasn't fully getting into the list either. And I had my mind set on listening to this. There was a time in my life that I was super into middies way back in the day. What? Wait. What? Hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. You. Oh, repotting. 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 I read that wrong, King. I read that as, man, you got reported for hating on Citadel. I thought you got hate reported. King was lucky enough to come across a bunch of free ones, so if I came across free paints, I'd repot them and go through the pain. Looked like Runic made out with a mess of Reaper paints. That's a pretty good deal. That's a pretty good deal. All right, we're gonna set him to the side for a little bit. That's it was 55 paints, is what you told me. Or I could have just been what you'd counted with. Um, Repaint is always free. All right. Little Gobo's got a skull on their plate. Where do I want to take this Gabo? I was thinking about it when I was working on my otter a little bit. I was thinking I want to kind of take them along the lines of um, patchworking it. There's still drama. It's still intense, the drama, even to this day. There was even drama at the convention, if I remember correctly. If I remember. Oh, it was weird. The one paint and tank guy showed up. Paint and tank. Sir, you're in a Wendy's drive-thru. I'm gonna need you to calm down. Paint and take. So it was me and a former partner. We're painting up some 3D printed mimics. And I had a brush that had a bigger curve than. Yeah. This had about 20 or 30 people. It was a meat mixture, which was kind of fun. But later, as the night's going on, she's getting tired of painting. Um, so we're leaving. And the guy that's teaching the class is very nice. Um, but towards the end, a group of people show up. Hello, sweetie. Okay. Okay. Hi. Hello, my sweet. Yep. Literally right where I was painting. How are you? Yeah. This is a confined space. Yes. Hello. Um, but as we're leaving, someone had brought in a big 3D printed bust of Moon Knight and was kind of expecting to paint it there at the paint and take. And this poor gentleman, he's there with like the little half pots that Vallejo gives you out of their D&D boxes. How are you? Yes, hello. Who's a pretty kitty? Who's a pretty kitty? We are going to brush you tonight. Yes, after I'm done streaming, I'm going to get the brush, and we're going to get. Oh, oi! Nope, nope. That's it. Right, you get off. That's how it works. I don't entertain that stuff. Um, so Citadel changed up, or Vallejo changed up their ideas at some point during, I don't know when, but when they started doing their learn to paint sets, they started reducing the size of paint the paint bottles that came in them, and they were essentially half as big as uh, everything else. So instead of being half an ounce, they were a quarter ounce or something like that, if I remember correctly. Um, I could look. In colors right there. 17 milliliters. Yeah. So they were 8 ml bottles, if I remember correctly. I'm sorry, I'm one of the few people that don't. I think about it, I just don't use it all the time. I actually did use that in discussion with some engineers at one point recently and pointed out to them that if we're not careful about what we do in times, we're going to end up with, you know, the weird crap that we deal with on a daily basis, which is um, which is going to be U.S. survey feet changing to U.S. international feet here shortly. It's law now, so it's only a matter of time before the contracts are officially signed that way. Also, the only paints that I have out. Well, I lie. I forgot I had this one here, which was 18 milliliters, 17 to 18 milliliters. So it was 9 mil. So they're significantly smaller, and they're learning to paint kits because they did like a lot of the D&D flesh tones back in the day, or they did like the Neverwinter, Nevernight set or something like that kind of stuff. There's currently laws in place to start changing to get international fit to make the conversion units a lot easier between the two. And the start of that is U.S. international feet or international feet versus survey feet. That'll be a fun time when that finally comes to fruition. And it's not going to be a fun time for the record. It's going to be an anti fun time. Hmm. I think I'm digging how their little hat's coming out. A nice dark red, purpley red. I need a proper purple or violet to mix in. I'm kind of digging that. was actually a joke during MASH. I should not do this tabard in green. Nope. Green it shall not be. Come here, Kiwi Brown. Come here, Brown Miner. Be safe. Also, Blades, you have a flight to catch. You should be getting some rest. Just a man and his swords. Just a man and his swords. Alright. I want some black. I want some of this kiwi brown. Some more of this kiwi brown. I had a bad idea. Oops. This is why you should not let me have ideas. Stuff like exaggerate. That might be a challenge. Lot space does tend to cause issues sometimes. Sir, we'd like to talk to you about your collection of swords here. Ah, so it was a wise thing. Mm. I think he's starting to get a proper scary on him. I think they're starting to get a little bit of a proper scary on them. I think they're starting to get a little bit of a proper scare on them. So I've never been a an understanding person of why you used like orange or pink when using greens. But after doing this, I'm kind of starting to understand why. Um, Kind of makes me like I understand why. It's just part of my brain is just going, hmm, interesting. Need another pot of paint. You were phthalo green. So I was, you know, looking at the Golden Demon winners because why not? Um, and I've always heard this. Brent from Goobertown mentioned it, painted him up a couple of times. A number of people would. Is that essentially what they would always do? Is they would paint the undercoat with like a pink base tone or whatever. Nothing is wrong with what you did. I, for the longest time, I believe that's how everybody painted their orcs. For the record, um, but for whatever reason, we've started sliding into the idea of realism in our fantasy. Uh, so they would what was it, Sergio? I forget who had the orc winning competition. But essentially, what they did around the lips and the mouth, they had a pink and an orange, kind of like a pale brown, like I've got there, and then that transitioned up into green. And I mean, it looks stunning and it looked beautiful. And it's like, yes, it's realism. I'm like, I don't know if I have the crayons. I get it, but at the same time, folks, can we step away from that realism ledge in our painting, please? Just for a little bit. Just for a little bit. Uh, but since I was kind of futzing with this little guy anyway, I was like, what would that look like? How would that appear on them? And it really helped create that contrast to get that evil scowl looking look going on their face. I still need to lighten this stupid thing up though. Get a little bit more of a transition in there. So I was just goofing around and experimenting a little bit with them and seeing how I would like it. Oh, you want to know when your phone breaks? When you should have done that sooner? I still need to go through and clean my phone out. There are days that I will delete like hundreds of photos or move them to somewhere and be like, I'm done thinking about them. Uh, what? You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. Um, you can drop it in. You're in my Discord, if I remember correctly. You can drop it there. You can drop it there. You can drop it there. Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na. But it was just something that I found interesting from like looking back at different people that have painted like green skin and wanting to, create like warm blood. It's like, oh, okay. I I actually kind of like the cartoony work, going from like the green to the yellow and having it be like that bright pop. I actually kind of think it's neat. But for the spooky spook, I decided to mix in a little bit of pink and blaze it out towards the edge. Oh, I hate pacing. It's one of the things that just, I don't know why. That and model prep, can't stand either one of them. I like that green. I like that green. Yeah. See, I like the darkness of that green and just kind of like the cold color that it brings with you. Um, Yay! 13 out of 58. Way to go, King. You're being awesome. That's one of the things that I've actually learned. Hi, how are you? When I was working on that chibi that's in the done pile. Hello. What's up? Um, One of the things I was starting to like a lot is using the color purple and using it to blend into other things, violets and purples. Hi, are you the streamer now? Have you conspired with Finn to take over? uh, yes, I can. Yes, I can. I'll find it later, King. Let me write a note down for myself so I don't forget. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum. France and UK. Value study. Sand. Cat. Lot. Face. I gotcha. I was picking up you wanted to do something slightly different with it. Oh. Speaking about the color purple and using it for base coats. This guy was a lot of purple and deep rusto for all of the non-metallic steel aspects of it. He just kind of lives up here on my table so I can take a look over at him. Felines. That's my answer. Feline. Black, black, black. Wait. I want a dark gray, please. And thank you. I am going to experiment with something on this figure. You okay? You're fine. You are keeping me 100% safe. Welcome to the agility of this cat. Not even quite 2 years old yet. I just wanted to darken up my base. All right. So. Okay. I want black. I want to paint the back underside of the sky. Black. 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 The inside of your hole needs black. Yeah. Yeah. She's been super energetic recently too since the weather shifts. Essentially, we're hitting summer. We're supposed to get storms all weekend, or Sunday at least, anyway. All right, that's all black. This gets black as well. So, I bought a slicker brush for her recently to try to get her used to being groomed. I never really groomed her that much to begin with because, it wasn't a big deal, but now I'm starting to see a little bit of it now show up more than I wanted to. I want this to be a light gray. Yeah. The yard people have been coming around a lot lately too, and I'm like, I understand, but must we? All right. So that becomes a darker gray. Now this becomes a lighter gray. That's too much weight, sir. Yeah, they do. Um, it's it helps a little bit with hairballs and not having to deal with yakety-yaks all the time. So it's kind of why I want to do it. All right. So goodbye. Woohoo! Way to go. Way to go. Battle's talking about NHL and the players. Someone's trying to tie Wayne Gretzky for a record. So how that got purchased was I went into Costco and I was spending my reward points one day, and I saw that and I said, "Oh, I need this." So that's how I purchased it. That reminds me of my idiot brother's coming into town in a couple of weeks. Oh, little pup pup. That's probably a wise idea. Yay! All right. So I feel like I need a little bit more dark color. So I've started erecting a cat barricade around my miniatures to prevent her from getting in there. I need to finish doing it, but I get so busy over the weekends that sometimes I forget to take care of myself. So Sunday will happen, and I'll eat lunch, and then I'll promptly pass out. And then I wake up and start doing the streaming thing. More accurately, I'll wake up and make dinner, and then I'll do the streaming thing later. But later. Gremlins. Hmm. I think I need a little bit more darkness on that blade. Come on, brown liner, do your thing. We have an ad coming up in 3 minutes. It will be the last one for the stream. I will be calling it quits. Um, Probably 20 minutes after the ad runs, just for those that stick around. Oh wow, that movie is ooh, ooh, that's an old one. Did it even age well? I know. Um, that was a very, 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 very young Tom Hanks in that movie. Oh my god, that movie's old. Um, Older as in age old or when he was younger? Oh, yeah. I know what you mean now. Yeah. Um, a lot of his stuff from way back in the day, some of that stuff was brilliant and beautiful. Yeah. Um, some of his stuff that he's doing today, I don't want to ask him, is he okay? I know that Grumpy Old Man movie did not do well. And then I think one of the last movies I saw him in, that I was forced to go see was uh, um, what was the name of that dang movie? It's where he was the ship. So I was so about that. I have enough time to tell the story. for the half of the story. At the time, I was dating the daughter of a Delta pilot. He was a retired U.S. Air Force lieutenant colonel. Um, he told me flat out, do not buy me that movie. I don't want it in my life, and I don't want it in my house. That and the Denzel Washington one. Don't want them. And I will finish the story when the ad is over. In the meantime, I'm going to put up some of the paints that I'm not using anymore or don't have a use for. Be right back. And we're back. Okay, so where were we at? We were telling a story about my ex. I do not care much for the ex. I learned a great deal about my life during that time. However, her dad was about to be retired Delta pilot, prim and proper Delta pilot, not a fake Delta pilot, not like a weird, not so much Delta pilot. It was a real Delta pilot. At the time, Sully was coming out. Everybody's talking about it, and it's this really great movie. It really shows, the struggles and the choices that these pilots have to make. So he flat out says, "I don't want this in my life." To those two movies, I'm like, okay. He said they're unrealistic, or one was unrealistic, and the debrief for the other one, when you find out why he didn't do something, it was an eye-opening scenario. So, um, anyway, so the story of Sully. So he was a pilot at Delta kind of during that time. He wasn't involved with Sully, but he had to deal with the fallout. Oh, you're right. There's a big difference. So the debrief of the movie, and during the FHWA breakdown of it, or FHWA, FAA, wrong transportation agency in it, um, they had determined that an engine restart would have solved the problem and they would have been able to make their landing correctly. Sully, for the record, was a military pilot, I believe. He was retired military. Or he left the military honorably, I don't remember. But he was a military pilot as well. Um, Apparently through his life it was frequent that he found a lot of bird strikes. Don't ask me how. Um, but the I guess you would call it crisis management checklist at the time did not have yeah that's so when the in I have to remember the story in parts. For the most part, I blocked out that relationship. Um, According to the checklist, you're supposed to try to restart the engine at a certain time. And at the time he tried to restart it, they still had part of one engine, so it failed to restart or something along those lines. I can't remember what. Um, but the only reason why nobody really got in trouble is because nobody died. Kind of deal. If someone had died, it would have been a very different conversation. Yeah. Um, but so from the breakdown of the flight on the post fact, apparently during the simulations they had gotten both motors to restart the second time, but he never tried to do that. Yeah, they tried. They definitely tried. Um, it's an interesting procedure, to say the least. But apparently, after that incident, what they grilled him for, they ended up putting on the checklist. So they ended up writing in you had to try to restart the engines at least twice. So that's why he was unhappy about it and never wanted it in his house. And I respected his wishes on that. Yeah, you are correct. But the Denzel Washington one, he believed to be very unrealistic as well. Yeah, yeah. There's the Denzel Washington one too. It deals with addiction more so, um, and I guess for lack of better words and terms, functioning alcoholics and functioning addictions kind of deal. Hi, hello. Well, that's what the Denzel movie was about. Um, the Denzel movie actually made the argument that they did not uh maintain the plane correctly, and he was flying a broken plane. The Sully movie, he wasn't blaming the aircraft at all. He was blaming the checklist, or the it wasn't on the checklist. Yeah, don't disagree. It's just it was an interesting discussion out of a active pilot at the time. He retired a couple months later. Hello, or Delta forced him into retirement because of age. I look forward to when we get self-driving vehicles and watching that chaos unfold. Yes, I am a grandma. Delta actually runs a lot similar tools to what the military and FAA runs. They tend to be exactly the same in those regards. So for a lot of retired pilots or pilots getting out of the military, they would find themselves in Delta because it was a familiar territory. Delta, as in the airplane company, they do the air zoom zooms. Yeah, Delta Force and Delta Landscape are very different things. As Smithereen pointed out, Delta is a huge airline company out of Atlanta. Well, their home base operations in Atlanta, I believe, or one of their major hubs is anyway. I believe he's Netherlands. I can't remember if others do or not. I think the answer is no. Now that was a good movie to watch. Starship Troopers. You can at me how bad it was all day long. I will still defend that it's a fun movie to watch. Man, I hope it's as goofily good as the original. Um, Germany still runs mandatory service, doesn't it? But the reason why I was thinking about Starship Troopers is that it's a semi-relevant conversation right now in my brain. All right. So this is a bit of a quick and dirty non-metallic metal that I've been futzing with all night. It's kind of starting to turn into like a shiplap thing with me. I really need to stop. I dated one ex personnel, and I decided that is forever a red flag in my life. No one has popped up on the YouTube side. Okay, we're good. Mm. Ooh. So, Starship Troopers, its success is literally based on how B-ratedly corny it was. That's how it became such a quick cult classic. It is a requirement for that movie to be that way. It must be a specific format. I'm sorry. I will gladly fight you on this topic. Uh, so I was trying to load my Linux PC. And I'm trying to stress test it to see if I want to swap its tower out. Well, swap my laptop out for that tower for a streaming desktop rather than what I'm using right now. And if it works, take the time to invest in like a rebuilt DSLR or something to help my color balance and quality. Because I mean, what I'm using right now isn't bad, but it's definitely hard to read the blades of that goblin. You can't read them at all. Like you can't see the beautiful stuff I'm doing on them. Um, White is forever the enemy of what we do, and one of the ways to battle that is to get a fancier camera. Well, a fancier camera is expensive. So, oh, no record breaker tonight. Boo. Maybe when's the next game? Sunday? The Last Seven Swords, is that a Japanese one? That's what I thought. Will he be playing in his hometown or is he going to be playing in an away game? Oh. I was I was thinking of an actual movie. We were talking about it. It's just where my brain went. My brain's like movies. I'm like, yes, there was a Seven Swords, or um, that sounds like something Quentin Tarantino would consider doing, similar to the Hateful Eight. Just make it the Last Seven Swords by Hanzo Hatari. Spoon handle. How are you doing? As you can see, my cat, she's very, 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 very expendable, excited. Yes, your human is crazy. Did you forget this? Yes. Uh, but it's getting to be that time. You going live tonight, Spoon, or are you not? Be well, Battle. See you tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Stay in Frame with myself, Battle Ready Miniatures, and Laden Roses and Smiling Beagle. Uh, no, she needs her treats. You going? Can you tell me in real time, not fake time? There's no Pacific. There's only one standard time, and that's Eastern Standard Time. Okay. We ain't gonna be going that long. I was gonna be like, oh, if it's gonna be like in an hour, I might push myself for another hour and continue working on this little gobbo. and get it all stabby. But it's 2 a.m. Can't handle that. All right. So I just want to take a little bit of my white. And I just want to get it all nice and thin. It's white paint, so you super uncomfortably thin it out. But how are you doing tonight, Spoon? I did catch a little bit of you and AWL earlier this morning. I just wasn't super active in chatting. Was that this morning or was it yesterday? I can't remember. Okay. It's gonna be that time for me because if I keep futzing, I'm gonna screw up something and I'm gonna get like really frustrated with myself. And we should end on a high, not a low. All right. Because I'm gonna have to pay the art tax eventually. We got this guy that we worked on. Got him pretty in red. We got our 4 Borderlands characters ready to go for the Wastelands to screw up Pandora. And we got our red dragon. It's a chonky spear. It's chonky. So we are going to go. Yeah. Thank you. We're going to go check out Wicked Minis because it's Friday night. And when I do the long streams, I go check them out. There should be no ginger beef there, but I'm going to push the buttons and we're going to get the raid counter going. Thank you all for hanging out with me tonight. It means so much to me. It really does. I'm going to raise that up. Give you all a big old heart. Thank you so much. I will return tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will return to our futzing list for Mendico. I thank you all. Be safe. Be good. And if you're going to be bad, try to be good bad. Oh, have a great night.